Welcome to LOCKBEARD Phenomena. What number is this? I forget. It is number 16. Samhain 2020. It's October 30th, 2021. 6 p.m. as usual. It's about 66 degrees here in Oklahoma, where I'm at. How's everybody doing? Yeah, there's Joe. Joe's been telling y'all, pronounce it right. Has to do, it's a translation thing, but Samhain was a totally different thing back in the day. Uncle Bones, welcome. Sandra Piper, hello. Welcome to the chat. Judy, hello and welcome. Hopefully everyone's hearing me okay. I got a new microphone here, so maybe this one won't give us any trouble. You hear the crash party? Bring it. Crash the party. Well, thank you, Sandra Piper. I have one question. Why is the rum gone? Let's see here. Is Wolfie lurking about? We don't need no Wolfie around here, do we? Oh, the pirate look? Well, figured it was appropriate. Or perhaps this is the way I always look. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. 5 by 5? I'm not sure what you mean. Looks good, Lockbird. Thank you. Thank you, Judy. I was going to try not to, last week was so negative. Let's try not to do that tonight. It was stressful. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, this holiday used to be a totally different thing. If those people back then could see what we do with it now, man, they'd be like, what the hell's wrong with these people? It was it was an ancient Celtic festival until the what was the name of the guy who changed it? But or they tried to co-opt it. The church tried to co-opt it, and like they did with a lot of holidays. You ever wonder what an Easter bunny has to do with Jesus? Precisely, dick. It comes from older religions of the area that they were trying to suck those people in by creating a Christian holiday on a similar date to a pagan holiday. And it's like, what does the Bible say? Jesus was born during the lambing season. Well, that don't happen in the middle of the damn winter. So, yeah. Here's Jeff Harding saying Happy Hallows Eve. Yeah, that's what y'all. Nobody wonders where the word Halloween comes from. It's kind of, it's morphed over time. It, come from Hallows Eve because, the church declared November 1st All Saints Day or whatever they called it. So, yeah, good stuff. Bone says vid and sound is great is what it means. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Military speak. Yeah, I never served myself, so I don't know a lot of military speak. There's Judy saying hello to Jeff. Just peed a little, huh? Sure that was pee? Welcome, Brandy. Glad you can make it. I was nearly going to dress up as a Rasta Mario, too. Rasta Mario. Trying to approximate some Captain Jack Sparrow up in here. Mr. Hivethus. Jeff Harding got a new picture going on there. Yep. So yeah. You ever wonder why do we go to door knocking for candy? That's because things got a little out of hand back in the day. People were going around pulling pranks and stuff, except they got really destructive. And so, people back then decided we got to do something to, distract these people or do something. So, it's like, well, they did a lot of things, parades and costume competitions and parties and stuff like that. But trick-or-treating kind of really helped nip it in the bud because, people didn't want to go around destroying houses when they could be just knocking on the door to get some candy. Well, back then it was like, candied apples and stuff like that. But so, stop that nonsense. But it's really a spiritual holiday. It's, it's about the dead and all that from thousands of years ago. Which really fits in with the paranormal crowd, right? If you believe in spirits. So you're not dressing up as Susan, which I don't think he is. Holy Moses Sparrow. Sasquatch Wizard and Iron Dad is in the house. Welcome to the chat. Joe says, so I'm on a quest to find a werewolf movie I've not seen yet. That might be hard if you're anything like me, because I loved werewolf movies from as young as I can remember. So I always wanted to, see every werewolf movie there was. So that might be a hard one for you to pull off. Have you seen what's it called? I think it's called Wolf with Jack Nicholson. Have you seen that one? Sandra Piper says, Lockbeard, you do look the part. Well, thank you. Hibisby says, no, my jaw isn't masculine enough. Can't be Susan. Uncle Bone says, Jeff Harding, you bleeding, festering, penile sot, how are you? Damn, man, that's rough. That's hateful. Sasquatch Wizard says Cabbage Night was a lot of fun, though. Cabbage Night. You go in as Google moderator. Brian and Chewy go hiking. Lock freaking beard, yeah. That's the only thing missing is my damn beard. Got some stubble going, but that's got to come off in the morning for work. Well, not tomorrow morning, Monday morning. SWA, hey. Oh, yeah. Silver Bullet, Brian Chewy says. Yeah, surely everybody's seen Silver Bullet. I remember that when I was a kid. Tonight is movie night. Yeah. I just don't see myself going to the movie, especially after doing this. I'm going to be too damn tired to do shit. Yeah, you saw a wolf and you thought it sucked. Well, you know, it wasn't too typical for a werewolf movie. I'm sure you've seen the ones with Underworld. I'm sure you've seen those. Teen Wolf. Let's see here. Brandy says, Wizard, you haven't found that link to the video clip I left you. Teen Wolf, yeah. I don't know if that one counts, though. Harry Man hoaxes Noodwinks, welcome. Thank you, Judy. Seen Silver Bullet? Yeah, if you like werewolf movies at all, you had to have seen Silver Bullet. I'm trying to think of one that might be kind of obscure that you might not have seen. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of one right now that. Comment get deleted? What comment got deleted? Somebody was accusing me of deleting a comment on a certain last episode, and I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? I don't delete shit. I see you guys coming in, dropping your comments and deleting your comments, you know, but don't worry. They all come to my email. I got them all. Morons. I guess they're afraid the rest of y'all will see the comments. Not that bad, but there's something. Movie night at home. Yeah. The Howling. Brandy says The Howling, Joe. He's probably seen that one too. Even the really bad ones. Brandy says, just duck, duck, go, werewolf movies, Joe. Michael says, hello, Nikki. Wizard says, Brandy can't find it. I looked twice. Did you send it private? Check odd streaming services like Tubi or Peacock. Stupid things jumping around. The one Lockbeard read out. I don't know why it would, unless Google did it or something. I'm not deleting shit. That was a teenage werewolf. He's probably seen that one. Brian says, movie about shape shifting, late 70s, early 80s, Wolfen. Brandy says, Wizard, I dropped it in the comments one of your videos, didn't know how to send it privately. Nikki's saying hello to you guys. Uncle Bones is going as OAP Warwolf. You haven't seen any except Teen Wolf? You like that movie? You don't watch werewolf movies? Dog Soldiers. Oh no, yeah, there's probably some of those he hasn't seen. I ain't seen it. Trying to find something she sent you. Oh, I made it from shit I had laying around. Sandra Piper says, I've seen all the movies you guys have named. My family says, how do you watch those movies and live alone? Because you know they're not real. Kind of like Dogman. Not real. Yo. Dances with Wolves. Oh, shit. All them wolves were skinwalkers, huh? Travis B says, hey to Wizard. Joe says, very true. I've not watched werewolf porn. Somehow I don't think I want to. As odd as that sounds. I don't think it sounds odd at all. I got enough werewolf porn watching, because it sure looked like werewolf porn for a second there. I'm forgetting the name of the movie. It had Keanu Reeves and Dracula, but I guess Dracula could turn into a werewolf too. And who's the actress? I think she was the same girl that played in Beetlejuice. I forget her name right now. Yeah, that was plenty. BCGH, one of my all-time favorites. BCGH. Michael Landon as a werewolf didn't bother you, huh? Lee 3PO are. What are you doing, Mr. Lee 3PO? R. My lab has not returned home. No. Howling 2 is like werewolf porn, is it? Winona Ryder, yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, that is about as close to werewolf porn I ever want to see. Forget the name of the movie, though, for some reason. Yeah, Beetlejuice was cool. Send it again. Jeff Hardy, you bleeding, festering Pinot Sartori. What the hell? Such hateful. I was sleeping, man. You was sleeping? Why? What happened? What woke you up? So you gotta have a bonfire. You know, proper tradition up in this bitch. Yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yep, Gary Oldman. Yeah, Mr. Lee. It's Samhain. You can wear a mask and you haven't come on anybody's show. I mean, I don't think it's gonna work on my Wi-Fi, but you got to come on someone's show. You can wear a mask. So Joe's right here. You can set it up. The Halloween, third Halloween was bad. Marsupial. Somebody thought that was real clever, though. You know, they thought they were just man. This is just clever as hell. No, no, it was pretty damn stupid. Thank you, Brian. I must be says you still ignoring me, Mr. Lee 3PO. Rain. Lots of rain up there. Yeah, it was us a couple days ago. Yeah, marsupial werewolves. No. Oh, that was goofy as fuck. It's called Dracula, Keanu, and Winona. Yeah. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Since that big coyote was in our backyard, haven't seen our lab. It's been 4 to 5 days now. Oh no. Maybe he's out there trying to chase that sucker down, give him a piece of his mind for getting in his yard. Stonewalling, Mr. Lee. No stonewalling. Come on now. Yeah, not good. Soggy around there. And that doesn't mean what you think it means. What, stonewalling him? You gonna give us another UK language tutorial? Let's see here. Wizard or similar, short clip. Well, hopefully your dog comes back, Judy. Yep. So does everybody had a good holiday? Any of y'all actually going out trick-or-treating and all that stuff? Any wild parties? Yeah. Yeah. People ought to learn more about the history to of what Halloween really came from. You know, it's the end of the harvest. They believe that the the separation between this world and the spiritual world became thin. I thought it was easier to make predictions about the future at this time. So, winter's coming. So people were scared about that because, you're more likely to die in wintertime back then. They'd have huge bonfires. They'd sacrifice animals. They'd wear costumes. All kinds of stuff like that. It was pagan stuff, man. But now it's just a candy business and mask business. And just fully commercialized. Has nothing to do with people being truly cognizant of of the changing of the seasons and all that stuff. It's pronounced Samhain. It isn't pronounced the way it's spelled. Ancient Celtic festival. It's what Halloween evolved from. Halloween's a bastardization of the ancient Celtic traditions. Originating where you're at, Mr. B. They used to carve turnips instead of pumpkins. A lot of changes have happened over the centuries. Grandchildren having a blast. Your daughter threw a party. Is B been bullying you? Bully him back. Taking the kids out if you feel better. Bad timing with this crap. Yeah. Hopefully people aren't acting too nervous about the 2020 fraud virus up where you're at. Around here, most people give zero fucks. Most people are trying their damnedest to live their lives as they normally would, and there isn't bodies in the street or any of that bullshit. I don't know why most people don't realize the whole goddamn thing is fake. Just look around. Stop listening. Oh, your test results say. Stop listening to Biden and his bullshit. He don't even know what he's saying anyway. It's just what the fuck, man. Paramedic says to Mr. Lee, how did you go so long without mentioning what Dogger meant to Iron Dogger? Just a gentleman, I guess. Maybe. Welcome, Paramedic. Celtic Festival of the Dead. Yep. Can't even get suicide. What? What are you talking about there? Wizard says, Lockbeard just left the first Halloween wedding I've ever attended. Very different indeed. Cool looking if that's what you're into. So they were they in costumes and dressed up as like the Addams family or something. Hallow's Eve, yeah. Yeah, Hallow's Eve morphed into Halloween somehow. But that was a name it was given after the Catholic Church tried to take, well, they kind of took over the holiday. But it originally was called Samhain before that. Uh, just like everything else. Like Easter was like, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right, but I ain't going to try. It's like spelled Oester, I think. Easter was originally a pagan holiday. The Catholic Church was trying to take over every holiday and put their holidays where the people's holidays were to try and basically trick them into joining their religion. I guess it worked. But it's weird because now, you got good little Christians, talking about the Easter Bunny, which, why are they doing that? Because, I mean, it's a pagan thing. There ain't no bunnies involved in Christianity. They should be saying, no, that bunny's, it's evil. It's hilarious to me, someone who doesn't really affiliate with a religion of any kind, really. Not really. At least none of these. It's hilarious what people, they have no idea, and they have no idea. Those kids have no idea. The people in the church, most of them, they have no idea. You're celebrating a pagan holiday. Oh, man. Which is fine, I don't see a problem. Celebrate whatever the fuck you want, but Iron Dogger is a lady I wouldn't dare, Mr. Lee says. Michael says, the water was too high. I got scared because I can't swim and might drown. Are you still feeling rubbish? Yes, she is. Yes, Uncle Bones, I was slacked off for 2 days and fell backwards. Joe says that in pagan belief it was a time of year when the veil between this world and the spiritual world was the thinnest. Yep. So tonight's the night, y'all. You want to see a ghost or try to predict the future? Tonight's the night. Or tomorrow night's the night. This time of year. Paramedic says, yes, she is, Mr. Lee. To the manor born. Wizard says, BCGO equals Brian and Chewie go hiking. Sorry to confuse you. Like I was driving and taking this short text. But home now. So much for good service. Yeah. My service sucks where I'm at right now, too. Bendy, huh? To the manor born. Wow, you are ancient. Brandy says, LO initially felt like a setback currently, but I got the fever down. Good deal. Uncle Bone says, Young Frankenstein, my favorite monster movie. Is it? No comment? Come on, comment. Christian Eyes as All Saints and All Souls, yeah. They're coming for you, Barbara. They're going to get you, Brandy says. Joe says, what knockers by Thinky Doctor? What? Oh, is that in, yeah, that movie. Icon's here. Welcome. He says, Halido Achaeos. You must be the lost member of Poison, or is it Nelson? No. This is some Captain Jack Sparrow-ish stuff going on right here. He says, hello, chat. You better find you a girl, mate. Uncle Bone says, and the horses winning Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. Mr. Lee says, har, icon. Oops, then chat's jumping on me, I tell you what. Wizard says, well, the bride and groom were dressed appropriately, but the DJ, whom I went to school with, did the pastor's job, and all the words and vowels were infilled with bones, blood, and spoken in vampire. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't invalidate their legal marriage. Let's see. I swear this thing doesn't stop jumping on me. Where was I at? Let's see. It was all good for them, and the feelings were strong and true. So good for them, and God bless them both. Amen. Mr. Lee says, celebration of life past. Even pets were celebrated. Samhain. Wedding sounds like it was a little off the wall. Probably not the craziest wedding ever, though. Milli Vanilli. Some of these people are probably too young to remember Milli Vanilli. Let's see here. No Milli Vanilli. Joe says, wow, I would need to drink a lot at that kind of wedding. Yeah. Yeah. It's not too crazy. They could have been fighting a sword battle on a pirate ship, like a certain movie we all know. I can't. I don't know. I don't think I can remember the name of it though. Or they could have been like, well, we mentioned Beetlejuice earlier. That little wedding where she almost married Beetlejuice. It's another crazy movie wedding in a good movie. Do you? Do you? Kiss her. Give her the ring. What was that? Paramedic says the kids' movie Halloween Town explains all of the holidays from around the world that were borrowed from to make their Halloween. That's good. Just people have no idea where their practices come from, and is there a point in the future where no one will remember, all the records are lost or something, and all people remember is trick-or-treating? Rocky Horror Picture Show. Here's the obvious question: how do you speak in vampire? Yeah, how do you? They're speaking like the old vampire movies or something. Wizard said, I was listening to the vowels intently. They were able to keep it real enough to be legit. It was outside, cold and raining. Everyone left 45 minutes after they ate. I stayed a couple hours. Respect. Everybody show some respect. The ducks raising hell out there. Well, let's see here. I don't know what that duck's quacking at, or whatever the hell you call the sound of the goose makes. Wizard says, Joe, correct. I couldn't think what else to call it. Yes, Mr. Lee heard him. Wizard says I have a video. Maybe I'll post it for the night so you guys can see it. Geese? Yeah, he's a goose. You may not have been here when I told the story about the goose named Duck. He was all by himself when he was a little gosling, running around the road for some reason when they found him. And he ran right up to her and my sister-in-law. And they didn't know whether they thought he was a duck. He grew into a goose, but before he grew up, they named him Duck. So there is a goose out here named Duck. He's a Canadian goose, and he hangs out. There's an open face shed right here that I'm parked next to, and that's where he hangs out. Or sometimes he sits right there outside my window looking at me. Canadian bombers get an umbrella. Yeah, I saw I saw you talking about that. Hopefully you figure out what that sound was. Um, Nothing that Goose ever says makes any sense to me. I don't think he ever said, "What's that?" Yeah, yeah. Animal sacrifices. They probably still ate the damn cow. I don't know, but probably. Yeah. I figured that would bring up Joe's potential goose or Sasquatch or whatever it was that he heard. Yeah, not a duck. Duck is not a duck. He's a goose. But you're probably referring to the sound Joe heard, not a. You don't think it was a goose either, Mr. Lee? Um, there's a lot of weird phenomena out there. Um, I'm not going to be able to describe this very well, but like, or you'll have to just look it up how it happens. But um, grass can pick up signals, and you can basically listen to like radio under the right conditions. Um, I don't know where to send you to look that up, but it's a potential. So what I'm saying is potentially something natural. You can be in a completely natural place, and it could pick up a signal, maybe just for a moment, and you'll hear what sounds like a voice saying words. I mean, it's got to be a pretty rare thing where you actually hear it, where the conditions are right. But that kind of thing can happen. Everything in the universe is frequencies, man. And so, something to keep in mind. You hear a voice in the woods, it doesn't automatically mean there's anyone there or anything other than some grass picking up a radio signal for a moment. Mr. Lee says the sound Joe heard. Yes. Cheese Freak, welcome, says a pirate clam bake. I'm in. Where's the clam bake at? I want some clams, man. I'm kind of hungry right now. I don't know why. I ate breakfast this morning. I ate pretty big breakfast. So now I'm a little hungry. I'll probably just let it go and eat tomorrow. Which may sound crazy to a lot of people, but I'm used to eating once a day, so hunger is nowhere like it was before I started doing pretty regular daily 23-hour fast, and occasionally a two day fast, and then eating zero carb keto like Mr. Lee 3PO does, and then carnivore a lot of the time, which is it still qualifies as keto because there's no carbs involved, only getting rid of all the plants and all the toxins affiliated with all these plants people eat. And but anyway, so like hunger levels aren't anything like I used to experience. Like right now, I would be ravenously hungry. I mean, But I'm a little hungry, but I can just totally just say screw it till tomorrow. Michael says cheese. Cheese is good stuff, man. Michael Haywood. Brandy says there's little people in that grass. Maybe. That would be, and certainly, if those things are real, that would certainly make the world a more interesting place. Cheese Freak says, Brandy, if there's little people in the grass, then we may be smoking too much grass. Mr. Lee says, I had pasta Lockbeard. I'm suffering the effects. I swelled up like a balloon. Yeah, man. I didn't weigh myself before I started eating carnivore again, like Tuesday of last week, I think it was. But I started weighing myself in the morning at the gym this week. It was like, 221, 222. And then I had some carbs, jumped up 1.5 pounds, which is not really as much as like in the past. Like there was periods of time where, well, when I had more muscle mass, my muscle mass is a little lower than it was. I've started lifting again, so hopefully it'll come right back. What I've lost, but when you're carb depleted and you have lots of muscle mass, what happens is your muscles take in all that glucose, like they suck it all up, and you actually you may not be able to see it, like it's maybe not enough for you to see because your muscles, they want to store up some glucose when it comes around. Well, if you have lots of muscle mass, that translates to, in my case, 5 pounds on the scale, and then some of it's absorbed by your liver, and so on. So when you're carb depleted, and you can actually get away with eating some carbs because those carbs get stored in your liver and all that muscle mass. And if you don't have a lot of muscle mass, you can't get away with as much as what I could. Before there's less likely to be some left over for your body to store as fat, because that's what's going to happen with carbs if you eat carbs and you don't have some place to stick it immediately. If you're carb depleted and you have lots of muscle mass, you can get away with eating a little bit of carbs here and there because it's just going to get sucked right up by your muscles and used for a feed. But people with low muscle mass, don't even think about it. you need to not eat carbs at all. And I shouldn't at all anyway, because my blood sugar does funky shit, and it's just not good. But yeah, that's what'll happen. I don't know how much swelling you had. I had a little bit of carbs with breakfast this morning, Mr. Lee. When I'm here in Muskogee, there's a restaurant here that'll fill me up a omelet with some corned beef hash. So there's a little bit of potato in that, and then I had some fried potatoes with it. But that's one meal. So it's no big deal. So tomorrow or Tuesday, I probably will be down to like 222 maybe. We'll see. Wizard says mycelium, folks, is the actual body of a mushroom. When you see a mushroom, all you're seeing is the sex organ. the ground is full. Like I think I can't remember the percentage, like 30% or something like that of the soil underneath your feet is mycelial threads, mycelium. Um, just grow it all together in this mat everywhere. Very important for the function of the entire ecosystem. Um, Communicating with each other, uh, potential intelligence to them. But yeah, wizards say mycelium are incredible tiny threads of the greater fungal organisms that wrap around or bore into tree roots. Yes. Icon says, Brandy, those must be some awfully darn small little people. Joe says, yeah, when that was recorded, I think I was elsewhere in the woods on another trail, so I wasn't there to actually hear it when it was recorded. Could be anything. Yeah, interesting. I mean, it's a mystery. Like, you'll never, like, if you never find out what it is, you're just always going to be like, damn, what the hell? What made that sound? But I wouldn't, I mean, it just, like I said, like, words can come out of just grass under the right conditions. Um, which seems really weird if you never heard of this, but every y'all should look it up. Like, I can't remember all the details of how it happens, but the grass under certain circumstances can pick up radio waves, and so I think it's normally if it's high power and stuff like that. But who's to say that on occasion, shit just hits right somehow, and a couple of words come out of a tuft of grass. And if you're there to hear it, you're going to be like, what the hell is that? His aviator, talking about his avatar. The wizard says, taken together, mycelium composes what's called a mycorrhizal network, which connects individual plants together to transfer water, nitrogen, carbon, and other minerals, and information. This is why I'm not a fan of growing things in pots. There's been experiments done where they've looked at that. Like if two plants are planted in pots, they can't communicate through the mycelial network. But if they're planted in the ground, and say some kind of challenge comes to a plant over the plant over that hasn't encountered that challenge will have the physiological responses to deal with that challenge, because it was told, look, there's this thing going on over here. I'm like 10 feet from you. You might have to deal with this. You might want to get prepared. I mean, they're probably not saying words like that, but somehow the plants are communicating through the ground. Brandy says, it could be anything, Joe, but I will say I did listen to some geese in flight audio. Not a ton, but some, and nothing sounded like that. Yeah, it may not be geese, but, I mean, it's probably never going to solve this riddle. It might be something just to let it go, because you can't prove what it was at all. Maybe it's a squirrel with a sore throat barking. Maybe. Pumpkin Man. Randy says, and none of these geese were alone. It's like a couple start in with the sound, then a couple follow, like singing in a round. Row, row, row your boat. Squirrel choking on some nuts. Wizard says, for survival, the sapling relies on nutrients and sugar from older, taller trees sent through the mycorrhizal network. Yep. Contains about 30% of the sugar that the connected trees generate through photosynthesis. Yep. You gotta pay for that service, bitches. Brandy says, what's that song? This is my world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get in that. So what's up? SWA, cordyceps are amazing to me. Actually, the way you're talking, Michael, you might be familiar with this company anyway. Paul Stamets company. And this, I don't know if it's going to be, you're going to be able to see. Fourth one down, cordyceps. Yep. All right, chill. Along with a bunch of other good stuff. That's Paul Stamets. Been kind of following his work for like 25 years. Wizard says, through the mycorrhizal network, these hub trees detect the ill health of the neighbors from distress signals and send them the needed nutrients. Yep. Mushrooms have sex organs. Sweet bald-headed baby Jesus. I don't know shit. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Mushrooms are their reproductive organ of the fungus. The fungus is underground all the time, or it's in a tree all the time. You know, these little tiny, usually whitish threads is the actual body of the fungus. And whenever the conditions are right, you know, temperature, moisture, all that stuff, that's when you'll see a mushroom pop out. Like, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Lee. Pretty cool guy. Wears a mushroom hat. That's how into mushrooms he is. I sure want to know what he was talking about. He was on Joe Rogan one time. I think he was on Joe Rogan like 3 different times or something like that. But there was one time where he was talking about portobello mushrooms. And something about I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. He wouldn't say exactly what it is. He was saying portobello mushrooms have a problem. There's something to do with portobello mushrooms that has to do with national security. So, I don't know. Paul knows this shiitake. Yeah, he does. Wizard says, yes, Michael, it's fascinating how the huge mother trees are head of the household over hundreds of surrounding trees. And they all work together like communication highways. Yep. How are you playing that loop of the fire on StreamYard? Oh, I'm just sharing. It's a video on another tab, and I'm just sharing it. I'm just playing it there and sharing it. So, yeah, that's all I'm doing. might be pushing the limits of, but I don't know. Power says, "Is that what a spirit box picks up? Maybe." I think. Well, that's exactly what a spirit box does, isn't it? It's like it's just grabbing random radio signals and spitting out shit, and people are like, "Oh, it's the spirits." No, man, it's a trick. It's a freaking trick. Michael Haywood says, "Mr. Lee, have you seen Stamets show how to cook chicken of the woods on the grill? looks and sounds great." Yeah. Paramedic, in my opinion, the spirit boxes are a dumb gimmick. Yeah. Just a gimmick. People just want to believe stupid shit sometimes, man. You don't need a spirit box to believe that there's a spiritual aspect of the universe. Of course there is, but it has a scientific explanation. It's not just magic and hocus pocus and nothing like pretty much any of the religions have described. They're shit. Half of them are way the fuck off. But spirit boxes, man. Yeah. They're spirits, yeah, man. They're spirits. There's entities out there. But it's not magic. There's a scientific explanation for all of it. Which you can kind of start to get a grasp of that if you go check out Ken's channel. He's not Bigfoot community. Don't bother bringing it up. But he will tell you how the damn universe actually functions so that you don't continue to be full of a bunch of bullshit that you heard from all these mainstream scientists all the way up to what's his nuts sitting there drooling on himself talking to the computer. Chicken in the woods. I've grown some before, yeah. I used to work at a mushroom farm, quality assurance, for a little short period of time. Man, there were mushrooms everywhere. That town, like, people there probably don't even realize. Like, I think the entire town is nothing in the ground is solid. Like, those button mushrooms you get in the store. Those. It's solid mycelium of those mushrooms, I think, because there's so many spores just coming out of that place, just continuously inoculating the entire area with these spores. And I lived east of town, so I mean, it wasn't like I was just down the block from this mushroom farm. I was quite a distance away. Well, one day the conditions were just right for these things to flush out, put their mushrooms up. My backyard was just covered in thousands and thousands of button mushrooms. There were so many. Man, there were mushrooms everywhere. It was crazy. But what I think people are underestimating is the intelligence of these mycelial networks. I think it was the Japanese that did some experiments with like a slime mold or something like that, where I don't know how they did this experiment, but they said the slime mold figured out a better layout design for their subway system than what we built. Anyway, I want to do some experiments along those lines and kind of investigating the intelligence of fungi. Some point in the future. I'm probably going to go ahead and buy some land. It's just, man, prices are so high right now. So where I can do that kind of stuff. It's hard to do that, you know, some of the stuff. You can't do it being a mobile human like me. Just sailing the high seas, at least my version of the high seas at the moment. Dropping anchor wherever I, you know, feel like dropping anchor. I don't think I want to say exactly what my port is during the week, but my port on the weekends is my brother's farm. But yeah, I kind of need a place where I can do some of this crazy stuff. So I'll probably go ahead and buy some land here sometime. Just having a hard time figuring out exactly where. Like, it needs to be, you know, within a certain proximity of work and all that stuff. Yeah, man, there were mushrooms everywhere. But I didn't need them because, you know, during the process of doing my quality assurance work, like, I'd take these samples and, you know, do these tests and stuff, and I'd end up with, you know, a bunch of mushrooms that were just going to the trash, right? And so I throw those in a plastic bag, and at first I was carrying them out and throwing them in the garbage on the way to the car. So I just started taking them to the car. And, you know, sometimes those, because you see them when they're that big, you know, or maybe, you know, that big. Well, those mushrooms will get really, really big. But when they get too big, they won't sell them. You know, sometimes the pickers fail to get them picked before one gets too big. And, man, I took home some of those that had grown this big around, like it was like as big as a plate, man. So I every so often I take one of those big bastards that was just going to go to the trash, take it home, and get like a couple blocks of cream cheese and some bacon and some caramelized onions and make the biggest damn stuffed mushroom you ever saw and just eat that bitch. Yeah, he's got all the fun facts tonight. So anyway, in light, I mean, since mushrooms have come up, you know, the idea that you should never step into a fairy ring, right? I don't know how one would try to determine what's really going on there. There could definitely be something going on. There could be some kind of spiritual thing going on. And again, when I say spiritual, I'm looking at it from a scientific perspective, but you can look at it as mystically as you like. There may really be some kind of entity associated with those fairy rings. It could be the spirit of the fungus itself that wants to protect its, you know, its mushrooms. It wants to be able to reproduce. So there might be something to it, you know, scientifically speaking. So, yeah. Mr. Lee says fantastic fungi is a documentary everyone should watch. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy the potential there. You know, because all those little threads interconnecting with each other, transmitting information, that's just like a neural network. So how intelligent are these things really? Or what's their potential anyway? Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. Joe says, love mushrooms, don't know jack shit about picking wild mushrooms, so I don't. Yeah, most people, like, if you're not real knowledgeable, because you could, like, kill yourself. You can get, like, there's, like, mushroom keys and stuff online, but it's still kind of risky. You need to make for damn sure you got what you got, but you can figure it out usually. And if you do get something, let's say you find a patch of these mushrooms and they all have the same characteristics, and you have no experience with them, but you've keyed it out, and and you're pretty sure you got it figured out. Like, maybe don't eat a whole bunch of them at first. Maybe just take a little nibble and see if you get sick. Because sometimes a mushroom that's usually perfectly safe to eat will still make you a little sick to your stomach. Some people, just can't handle it. But like, one good one I think people should learn to identify pretty well is oyster mushrooms. Like, I've walked up on a tree, man. I filled a couple paper bags, grocery store paper bags full of these mushrooms, and just frying up all kinds of oyster mushrooms, man. And the cool thing about that is, let's say you got a tree in your yard that's you tolerate it. You don't really, if it died, you wouldn't you wouldn't necessarily throw a party, but you're not going to have a funeral, And that tree is one that oyster mushrooms would grow on, so you might go over there and like bore a hole out into it or something, and just pack that hole full of some of that oyster mushroom, like one of those oyster just pack it full of that, and then maybe seal over that top of that hole with some I don't know, something. Probably don't matter. I'm trying to think what would be a good thing to put over that, but you can probably just stuff it full of the mushroom and you'd be good, as long as it don't get dry. But that mushroom would colonize inside that tree, and then a couple of years from now, you might, or even shit within a year, you might have some oyster mushrooms growing out of a tree in your yard. So becoming familiar with a few that grow in your area, and then learning how to inoculate some logs, or like say you got to clear out a bunch of trees, and cut it up into some links to, like, kind of like firewood, but say you don't need that much firewood. You just lay them out on the ground, inoculate it with some kind of mushroom you found, like maybe thyme things, and then cover it over with some dirt. I mean, you can do some stuff to make some mushrooms grow where you want them to. Even morels. I see Michael's mentioning morels here. You can do things to your land, if you have some land, to make it more hospitable to morels. I think one thing you should do, though, is you go through your forested area. Probably January was a good time. Around here, like, it's cold as hell. Nothing's popping out yet. The morels will come soon, but in January, it's the driest month in my area as far as precipitation goes. So, just burn off all the leaves, get a rake out, burn off all the leaves, burn out all the underbrush and stuff, and get the area nice and clean. And they say the ash helps, but Anyway, but the good thing is you'll be able to see them. See, morels are kind of hard to spot, you know, leaf litter and stuff, unless you start to get a good eye for it. But you could do stuff like that and get more mushrooms, you know, that way. But you kind of got to have some land to do some of this stuff, and or if you could order, you can order like the little kits where you grow mushrooms, you know, on a table somewhere. But you know, you're only going to get so many out of that little kit, and you're going to spend money on it. So, Michael says morels are the only ones I feel 100% sure about. Yeah, it's hard to fuck up morel identification. I think there's like a false morel that maybe some people just are. To me, it's obviously not a morel, but some people may not. You know, they just may not be able to pull it off. Wizard says, Lockbeard, what are your thoughts about Sasquatch connecting to this same information highway as the fungi? I think everything connects to it in some way. You know, some less directly than others. You know, you've heard of earthing or grounding, like there's the electron transfers, but I think there's more going on there, you know, than just electron transfer. There's got to be some information transferred. So, you know, humans have separated ourselves out. Like, we're not walking around barefoot anymore. But at least we still like go swimming in the lakes and rivers. You ain't getting more grounded than that when swimming. But, you know, it's not all year. And so I don't know. You know, and maybe their race has learned to use that information more effectively than we do. Like most humans are completely unaware of this, what we're talking about right now. Completely, they have no idea. You know, you would think that this would be a little more commonly known stuff that could benefit humanity, but you know, we have a government that tells us you need this many servings of vegetables a day and blah blah blah. Just complete bullshit. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You absolutely do not need to eat vegetables ever again in your life. You do not need them. They all got toxins in them. They're not really meant for human consumption. You know, we made those big spear points and took down massive, fatty, red-meated animals and ate them bitches raw as fuck for hundreds of thousands of years. That's what we're designed to eat. And, you know, there's just so many, and you know, and it's half the time it's starting to rot. You know, this is why we like to hang our beef and age it. Well, it's because we like our meat to lay around a little bit. It's part of our evolution. That's what we're designed for. Cooking was like a recent development that is just, you know, everybody thinks that that's some kind of, it's a good thing. It's not a good thing. It was a fuck up. It's when humans got just smart enough to be dangerous to themselves, and now cook everything. And people are like, well, if you eat 100% carnivore some of the time, where do you get your vitamin C? Well, because I eat my steaks like extremely rare, which is called ordering it blue. If you order a blue steak at a restaurant. And anyway, raw meat has vitamin C in it. And if you eat carbs, the carbs compete with your body's ability to absorb vitamin C. So now you need more vitamin C to account for that. So if you're eating carbs and you cook your damn meat, well, now you need to get vitamin C somewhere. and it's, you know, and they'll say, well, you need to eat some vegetables now or some fruits to get vitamin C. I'm like, no, that was your first mistake. You start eating shit you're not supposed to eat. You're not evolved to eat cooked meat or carbs all the time. Rare fruits, yes, but most time you're not supposed to eat any carbs. You have this entire your metabolism shit, like you, because you have the ability to shift these different types of metabolism, and that's why, you know, some people get these exogenous ketones to help bump up their energy because they're trying to adapt to going into the ketogenic state, which is where you're at when you're not eating carbs, and you're perfectly good on energy. So, but the problem is, you know, if you're not used to it, you might want to try and get some exogenous ketones. Exogenous means outside the body, not what's produced in the body, because you produce them in your body. But yeah, I've gone on a serious tangent, but it's just I would only be speculating on that, Wizard. I don't know for sure, but they may have extraordinary ability to tap into that. The Enlightened Mank says the mushroom network is like the WW web PC network, cerebral brain network of synapses, neuron star network. The mushrooms are the PC nodes or stars positioning of neuron synapses. Oh, Jesus. We don't want to go off the deep end here. It's extraordinary, yes, but you're kind of going wild there. Wizard says, can Sasquatch feel the energy in the ground, or can they sense intruders due to the messaging under the ground? It could be, but like I said, it would only be speculation. North Star Network is a source server. Enlightened Mank, you're killing me, Smalls. He's got Wizard. He's going a little bit off the deep end there. I'm talking science here, and he's man. Mr. Lee says porcini mushrooms are good with pasta, Michael Haywood, but you have to be careful because the poisonous ones look very similar. You know what I've done with like, because I used to love. I still do. Beef stroganoff, you know, and you know, but you can't eat keto if you're going to eat a bunch of noodles, right? So instead, man, just slice up a bunch of mushrooms and slice up some onions in that, and you know, so and just replace all that pasta with a bunch of grilled, you know. Stir fried or grilled mushrooms, man. You know, just that's your new pasta. You know, and then put your sour cream sauce on there and your beef, and bam, you got a keto, pretty close to keto. You know, you're gonna have some carb. You're eating sour cream, you're getting a little bit of, you know, carb there, and you're getting a little bit in the mushrooms, but you're basically got keto beef stroganoff right there. Joe says, fun to think about SWA, but one of those questions can't be answered without Sasquatch telling you, I think. Yeah, we'd really just be speculating on that stuff. I don't know if that's 100% of the time. I would still, if I was unfamiliar with the mushroom, I'd still want to key it out, get a mushroom identification key, and go through it, and then test a little bit of it if I was pretty sure I had it right. You know, learn the characteristics that you're looking at, you know, and yeah. Icon says, man, how goes it? Glad you said North Star. Reminds me that we can see the northern lights tonight in the northern Midwest U.S. Wizard says, Wisdom Freedom North Star of the Sky Dome is a pirate's navigation tool, aka source server, as it serves its purpose. Oh boy. Apparently no. Apparently so. Mr. Lee says, I haven't watched anything or set up TikTok. How's yours? Search for video night. A video night of it. Crazy. This is why I believe flat earth, because of that magical stuff of electrical realm of the ether apple we call earth. Earth is heart. Man. Yep. We're not having a flat earth invasion again, are we? We are not the center of the universe. The earth is not flat. That's thoroughly proven. Danny Stant's here. He says, ahoy there, matey. What I miss? Anybody talking about porcupines? No, porcupines haven't come up on here tonight, but they came up on Joe's show earlier. A little bit. That dude just needs to accept it. He's plummeting towards becoming a laughing stock. If he doesn't stop with this damn porcupine, claiming it's a Bigfoot, Bigfoot is pretending to be a porcupine now. Dude, man. Laughing stock. That's where he's headed. That's where he belongs. It's the reason why I haven't watched him. You know, I think last time I watched an interview of his on somebody's show, and I was like, what the hell is this dude? This dude's no. Stay clear. I'm gonna get some video of this. Yeah. Oh no, Dan, not porcupines again. How to speed? Got a friend. Watch TikTok channel. Made photos. We're not the center of the universe. I am. Icon is the center of the universe. Yeah. Good beef stroganoff. Yeah, try it with just slice a bunch of mushrooms, just an assload of mushrooms, and stir fry them or grill them or whatever, and just put your beef stroganoff, your beef and your sauce on the mushrooms instead of pasta. You'll be way better off. Smoked paprika. Thoughts when I see the vids are short, right? I don't get it. Uncle Bone says the porcupine that refused to die. Michael says the hollow statement was for morels only. Yeah. It's hard to fuck up morels. I wish they grew more. Although there's people having some success with cultivating morels now. So used to that wasn't a possibility, but now you can. Dude, you need to go over and watch. You need to go to to Ken's channel, Theoria Apophysis, and watch all 6,000 of his, well, not all his videos. Forget the photography videos. And he explains to you, dude, it's not flat. He shows you why it's not. I don't know why the flat earthers keep showing up over there. He is not a flat earther. He can prove to you it's not flat. He doesn't usually engage with it because I guess he feels like it's kind of a waste of his time. But flat earthers keep showing up thinking, well, he's talking about this thing and that thing, and it seems to line up with my flat earth nonsense, so I'm going to latch on to Ken, and then I'm going to get pissed off because Ken will not accept that the earth was flat. Let me tell you something. Ken Wheeler is 1,000 times smarter than you are. 1,000 times, guaranteed. And he isn't buying into your flat earth bullshit. He's just not. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. The porcupine. I don't know if anybody eats porcupine. Somebody probably does, though. Joe says, holy smokes, communicating trees, smart space mushrooms, flat earth. I'm way outside my wheelhouse here. Well, communicating trees, you know, you're good there because that actually happens. But the enlightened mank over here is spouting some absolute nonsense bullshit. So forget that flat earth crap. You know, I do think it's possible with what we know so far that fungi have the capacity for pretty significant intelligence, but this mank guy is going way off the deep end with this shit. You knew a girl they called Porcupine? Wonder why they called her that. Polly says, Blackbeard, yarg, matey. Light Mink says, I was be sure, yeah. I might stop reading his stuff. Michael says, I saw the Morel slurry thing they do. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you can manage like, if you have a forested area of your land, you know, just go through there, you know, burn it out. In the middle of winter, you know, kind of like right before, you know, a couple of weeks before the morels are supposed to pop up is probably a good time if it's not too wet. And then as far as bigger management issues, like, you know, remove some trees that aren't, you know, known to be associated with morels, that have a relationship with morels, and replant with stuff that is. And or even, like, you know, if your trees are too close together, well, and you got one tree there that's a good one for you know, helping morels that have a relationship with morels, we'll clear out the ones around it that are kind of crowding it a bit so that it can grow bigger and stronger and help support more morel production on your land. I mean, you know, you can manage your land to be a better producer of morel mushrooms. Joe says, I've been accused of having no morels, or maybe it was morels, one of the two. Polly's been missed. Icon says, for fuck's sake, Earth is a Klein bottle. Mr. Lee says, Joe, you still in that dogman suit, sweaty? I don't think he's still in it. He wasn't in it earlier today. Read promotes, just need to get used to the format. Polly T says, Michael Hayward, thank you, buddy. I'm always working in the underbrush in the back. Speak says, the magic spinning ball Earth is easy to refute. I challenge you to a live debate. Lockbeard, don't say you refuse and mock me. You are challenged, Pirate. What will it be? Pirates don't run today. I'm not running anywhere. You guys like to debate people because you can win a debate without saying one single fact. I've seen you guys debate over, not you specifically, but flat earthers debate over on the Modern Day debate channel, and that's what happens. And then you deflect and all this stuff. Like the one guy, like when they the when he was challenged about the hours of daylight in the country of Chile, this guy said, "Well, I don't know Chile's real." The dude denied the existence of the country of Chile in order to divert off of that very inconvenient fact that helps prove that the earth is not goddamn flat. I'm sorry, I'm not playing this game of these debates and stuff. You're barking up the wrong tree with this flat earth bullshit. Dude, I just watched the sun go behind the horizon again over here. How the fuck does the sun go down behind the horizon on a flat earth? It doesn't, because the earth isn't flat. It is a sphere. Give up. Sorry, dude. You got to give up. I suspect you're right. No, it does not. It does not. It absolutely does not. You have completely misunderstood what you're seeing over there. Completely. You have no idea what he's talking about or what that Ferrell cell is showing you. No idea whatsoever, man. If you think that holy crap, dude, you need to start over. Go back to the beginning and say, okay, look, forget the flat earth. Say, okay, entertain the thought that the earth is not flat. Actually give it a fair, hearing. Dude, I don't know. I don't even think I want to deal with this. This is so insane. The massive mountain of evidence that proves the earth is a sphere is just undeniable. And every single point that flat earthers make is not actually proof of shit. It doesn't prove the earth is flat. None of the things that you say. None of it. You guys think it does, but that's because you don't understand what actually constitutes evidence. I mean, and the sun going down, dude. 8 billion people, well, we're almost 8 billion, we're getting there, can watch the sun and the moon go down behind the horizon and rise up from behind the horizon every day. They can make a simple observation, no hard science required, a simple observation that proves the earth is not flat by itself, pretty much. But you guys, I've mentioned this several times, and you haven't even tried to refute it because you can't. You haven't even tried to refute it once up in this chat because you can't. It's a little inconvenient fact there for you. You lose. Why do you want to debate me? You're going to throw a bunch of bullshit and you're going to talk really fast. You're going to do that whole game and then when I try to address the thing you just said and show that it's not true, you'll jump to some other thing. I see the game you guys play in these debates. I'm not playing your game. But you guys keep coming in here and you keep going over the Ken's channel with this flat earth stuff, and I don't know why you're wasting your time. Why are you wasting your time? I'm not going to listen to a bunch of nonsense. You guys haven't presented one actual piece of evidence that shows the earth is flat. Not one. You think you have, but you haven't. Let's get back to porcupines. Pyro says, Michael, did they call her that because she had so many stuck in her as a porcupine is sticking out? Whoa. Forget the flat earthers too. Yeah. Soundgarden by Coastside. Yeah. Ivan says, let's lay off the pirate heat. We tried. It's all good, Lockbeard. Believe what you want. Sounds good to me. Joe says, "Wow, I am truly amazed that in the 21st century that there are some that still debate the Earth being flat. Really? So why didn't my submarine not fall off when we got to the edge?" Man, dude, everyone on the Earth knew that the Earth was a sphere until I don't know when this flat Earth thing started, but some good salesmen started pushing it and making people that have no like scientific literacy at all. I mean, I don't mean to insult them. I'm just saying they don't have any scientific literacy at all. Otherwise, they wouldn't fall for this. It's a good sales pitch. See, a good salesman can make you buy something that you actually don't even want. They're just that good. And what we have here is a case of really good salesmen convincing people of a complete load of shit. It's crazy. I could if I was rich enough that I could book a trip to the South Pole and take these guys with me, they would still find an excuse. After seeing the South Pole, being there, watching the sky because you watch the sky, it does spins around a central axis point because that part of the Earth is aimed at a central axis point, just like the North Pole is aimed at Polaris, right? They could look at it, observe it, see it, and they would still find excuses for why the Earth is still flat, despite seeing for themselves that the South Pole is there. You can go there. The government's not going to stop you. You can observe the sky, see it spinning around a central axis point. They would still, because this is a belief system. It's a religion now, is what it is. It's just no, and no. The Polaris is at a central axis point that observed from the globe because it's so far away. The axis of the Earth is aimed directly at that star right now. The southern pole is aimed at a central point in the sky too, and you can see it spinning around there too. Well, hell, you can see that shit from Australia, man. Ask your Australian flat earthers to go observe it for themselves. They can see that shit. There's a central axis rotation around a central axis point in the southern sky, just like in the northern sky, because the Earth is a globe. See, part of this is failure to geometry too. Like, it's not just scientific, a lack of scientific literacy. It's a lack of geometric literacy, because you don't even need science. You just need geometry to figure this out. But I notice you guys still aren't addressing the sun going down behind the horizon. I've seen some pretty crazy claims made about that. That's not what's actually happening. It's just some deflection or some crazy optical effects that they say. For some reason, what we all see every day is not what's actually happening. What's actually happening is the sun is shrinking into the distance. But that's not what we actually observe. See, 8 billion people are observing the damn thing going down behind the horizon, and it's not shrinking at all. Of course the horizon is a flat line. What did you expect it to be? Of course look, you're on a globe. It's really big, right? And here you are standing on it, and you're looking out to the horizon over here and over here and over here, all the way around, right? And that horizon is about an equal distance from you where you're standing, right? It's not going to curve down away from, it's curving right away from you, but you're not going to see a curve like this because you're standing in the center of a circle that makes up the horizon on the surface of that globe. The horizon does not rise to meet the eye. You guys try to claim that all the time. The Earth is just so big that when you look out to the horizon, it's a very, very slight, imperceptibly slight angle down. So you guys think it rises to meet the eye, but it does not. It's a slight angle below because you're standing on a big globe. It does not shrink small. The sun does not shrink small either. I watched it stay its full size and go behind the. I can see it. I'm looking due west from my where I drop anchor on the weekends here. You can see the sun and the moon go down every day. They do not shrink. They do not shrink. That's the actual observation people makes. You watch videos on YouTube of the sun shrinking because you live in this fantasy world on YouTube instead of in the real world where I'm sitting outside here with some nature and shit all around me and a goose named Duck over here squawking, some dogs barking and some coyotes and shit, and I watch the sun go down and not shrink into the distance. Dude, you are living in a fantasy world. Go outside and actually watch the sun and the moon go down. Get a telescope. Look at the moon, dude. You can see the shadows of the craters. You know, during the first and last quarter, the sun's shining from this direction of the moon, from where we're looking at it, from the side, basically, where the sun's shining on it. And you can see the shadows of the craters, dude. You can see that it's a solid object. It's not plasma. And you can still see, even though half of it's shadowed, you can still see it. It's there. It's just in shadow. This is crazy. Mr. Lee's sick of this shit. Me too, Mr. Lee. They don't mean there is an edge. No one. Okay, there's different factions of flat earthers. Some of them think there's an edge, and then other ones think that beyond the ice wall, there's much more space. Land, and continents, and oceans and stuff. Of course, no one's ever seen any of this shit. They just claim it's there, and we're just supposed to accept it. There's no proof. No proof that exists. There's proof that it doesn't exist, though. Sandra's like, drop it. Yeah. All right. We're not going to listen to Mank over here anymore. Angel Nolan says if the Earth was flat, the cats would be knocking crap off all the time. Yeah. Mank, twist one up and let's smoke this chat into submission. Man, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, they do this bullshit on purpose, Brandy. Joe says, you other folks are correct. I can't entertain this. I have circumnavigated the globe. Someone wants to believe it's flat. I got nothing for that kind of flawed logic they use. Yeah, they probably never even been out of the country, man. You've been around the world. An actual traveled worldly man. Man, it's crazy. No, it doesn't, dude. You're lying. You're fucking lying. I'm just gonna say it right now. You're fucking lying. Why you even up in here? Brandy's perfectly chill, she says. Hopefully you're feeling better. Oh, man. Don't come up in here lying, dude. I'll call you out on it. I watched it, what time is it? A couple hours ago? Didn't shrink, dude. Porcupines. Yeah, I think Mr. Lee's sick of the porcupines too. Yeah, Brandy, I got invaded again. Hopefully, your nap helped you feel better. Well, what else you guys want to talk about besides complete bullshit? Porky Squatch? Yeah. So how many videos has he made? Still trying to, like you said he's quintupled down. I haven't even been watching. Like I saw that section of the documentary and I was like, that makes sense. He's gonna, he's got to sell books, man. I mean, sell your books, dude, but I could say they're bullshit. I can totally say they're bullshit. But yeah, it's too bad he's built his income on his nonsense. Just a bunch of nonsense. I can't believe he still thinks it's a squatch. Porcupine in a squatch suit, Brandy says. Oops, damn chat jumped on me. Wizard says the horizon looks flat because you can only see very little. Look at the ocean when a ship is coming. You'll see the top first, then the ship will gradually come up into view. Horizon is curvex. Yeah. I'll try to. I don't know. I don't know how to explain to him. I told him, because one of them said, "Do you hear yourself?" Because I said, "Of course, the horizon is flat from your perspective because you're standing in the center of the horizon. The horizon is a big circle around you, and you're standing right in the center of it. You're not going to see this from that perspective. You're not, because the curve is completely perpendicular to your perspective there." Get fuck out of here with that, Mank. I'm sorry, dude. You can't. Yeah. Joe says people say people shouldn't be ridiculed, but he himself is setting himself up for ridicule. Yeah, it must be what if they come in. If they keep coming in here with flat Earth, that's that's the best I can give them because I can't have an intelligent conversation with them. They twist everything to mean what they want it to mean. Some of that confirmation bias we talk about all the time in the Sasquatch community, right? They look for anything that seems to prove what they want it to believe. Oh man, yeah, they say that's all CGI. It's all CGI. That's what they say. You can't help them. The scientific illiteracy is a real thing. I blame public schools. Yep. time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Well, everybody hopefully learned they didn't know how to pronounce Samhain, and that the earth isn't flat. And hopefully that's... Ooh, damn. Rough, Hiveless, rough. Joe says, now you see why my favorite saying sometimes is, oh, sweet, bald-headed baby Jesus. I heard a funny story today at a convenience store. I was talking to the clerk about some stuff. And I think it's funny, you know, it don't matter who you are, right? Because, like, you know, she was at this place, and this guy would come in, and he talks about how he does all this charity stuff and, you know, all this, you know, talking himself up, I guess, and in a way. But anyway, he was trying to, like, fuck with her, I guess. And he said, you know, this is where, you know, it's like, why is he even fucking with her? Like, why did he feel the need to do this? Because, like, cause clearly the guy, okay, the guy appears to be atheist, right? Great. But why does he need to do this, what he does next? Okay, he says to her, what'd she say? You know, basically he was saying that the Bible, you know, he couldn't find the Bible at the library or something. It's probably in the fiction section, basically. He was saying the Bible's in the fiction section at the library. And she was saying, no, it's not. And anyway, she said she went and checked, and she said, I guess she went back and told him it wasn't in the fiction section. It was in the reference section. Yeah, that's kind of funny. I don't care who you are. But he was being kind of a prick. Like, what, you know, why, you know, just, it wasn't necessary to. Wizard says, watch the vapor trail of a Boeing jet. Watch how it bows down out of sight as it travels off into and over the horizon. These guys ain't traveled nowhere, man. Christina H., welcome. Mr. Lee says atheism is really a religion too, in my opinion. I think it is too, even though I don't believe. Just like pretty much just like they don't believe. I mean, I'm a little different from an atheist, I guess, at this point. I've had a lot of atheists tell me, you ain't an atheist because you think this, and this. And I'm like, yeah, but I think this, and this are scientifically explainable. You know, but you guys, so, you know, but it's kind of a pointless, because if you say that to an atheist, you're just starting a fight. Brandy says, still trying the same way. Let's resolve this shit. Lockbeard, anything the flat earth folks say that cannot be refuted by science, actual facts at all possible, you haven't researched at all. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Lockbeard, anything the flat earth folks say that cannot be refuted by science, actual facts at all possible, you haven't researched at all. I'm not sure exactly what you're saying, but they just make lots of claims. Like he says the sun shrinks in a distance, but everyone on the planet can go outside and observe that it does not. It stays the same size, goes behind the horizon. And it does that because it's at such a great distance from the Earth that there's no discernible change in size. And it does go behind the horizon. So, you know, that ain't going to happen on on a flat Earth. But more to the point, Mr. Lee, atheism is an ideology. Teachers used to promote flat Earth before World War I or World, as a grandma they say that's the truth. She wonders why did they change the knowledge of the flat Earth belief of the ancient university? And you're just babbling nonsense, man. Yeah, a lot of people did believe that, but we know now that it is not. Wizard says Northern Lights tonight, folks. Does anyone have crystal clear skies with no ambient light pollution? We are taking a heavy CME tonight. That would be coronal mass ejection to Halloween. Randy says, I have to look, Wizard. Thanks, I forgot. Joe says, raining here and cloudy, Wizard. Uncle Bone says to Wizard, Iron Dogger hopes it clears. She had clouds, snow last night. Whoops, chat jumped on me. Mr. Lee says, I'd love to see the Northern Lights, Wizard. What's your temperature, she says. Trying to see if well, it's 6 after. Doesn't look like Central Florida Bigfoot's on. Seems like every time I go over there to see if he's on, he's not. And then if I'm hung up here, he is on. I'm having a hard time gauging this. You want to see them? She wants to see them because it's raining. She can't. Uncle Bone says, Mr. Lee, my neck hurts thinking about them. Randy says, I was asking if there is any of the flat earth theories that cannot be refuted by science and facts. None that I'm aware of. I mean, it's just claim after claim after claim, you know. They can't prove any of that. Like this, you know, it's just crazy. They want badly to believe that, so they just twist things to make it seem like it's true. I mean, like he was just saying, the sun shrinks into the distance. Everyone can go outside and see that that's not the fact. I don't know what to do with these people. Wizard says, Uncle Bones, Brandy, Mr. Lee, good luck. And yes, Iron Dogger should be seeing one heck of a light show for sure. Pray for no clouds. More like, you want me to stay on, Mr. Lee? Oh, man, you're killing me, Smalls. I got some pillaging to do. Got some pirate stuff to do. Thinking I need to set sail. Like east by northeast from here. Yeah. Killing me, Smalls. Wizard says he's sorry to hear about the rain. It's raining here too. Good luck to all that have a chance. How far south is it visible? Probably can't see it here. I'm in Oklahoma, so probably can't see it here. Unless something's really weird. What you smiling about? Joe says, yeah, I have to eat some dinner. Keep it real, Lockbeard, like always, bro. See everyone later. All right, see you later, Joe. Thanks for dropping by. So, yeah. Uncle Bone says, I lived in Healy, Alaska, north of Iron Dogger. It's raining for Danny, but it's supposed to have a clear sky tonight. Are we really? I don't think I've ever seen the Northern Lights. Mr. Lee says, I want to do a skydive. Expensive, though. Why would you want to jump out of a perfectly good plane? Uncle Bone says, Lockbeard, as a kid, we've seen them a couple times in South Dakota. Cool. Pyro says, seen it once here before. It looked like green searchlight every now and then. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen them. Wizard says, you can watch our star, the sun, all day on the Soho satellite. Never seen it shrink before. Yeah, I explained it to them the other day. You know, an object's very far away from you at like great distances. If it moves a very tiny bit more away from you compared to its distance from you being very big, you're not going to see a change in size. It's going to be too small of a change to be perceptible, which is the case for the sun and the moon. They're very large objects at great distances, and but as you approach a something like a street sign, you know, you see it change a lot because it's not that far away from you. You see the size in your field of vision change a lot. But they don't understand it. They're talking geometry here, man, and they have no understanding of geometry. Mr. Lee says, I will see the Earth's curve from up there. Oh, okay. Brandy says, are people not entitled to their own beliefs and opinions? Oh, yeah, they can believe what they want, but they're coming in here, you know, trying to challenge me to debate and stuff. So I didn't go over to where they're at challenging them to anything. I figure let them fester over there, you know. They're coming up in my chat and trying to engage with me. So, but, you know, I need to try and ignore them because they're just annoying. They do this all the time over at Ken Wheeler's channel, too. They flat earthers show up and they always think, oh, Ken's got to know. He talks about this thing and that thing, and it seems to line up with what I believe, you know, and it doesn't. He's proven it doesn't. And if they've been watching his channel and they think that the science that he's talking about proves what they think, then they completely did not understand what Ken Wheeler was saying. They just don't understand. I mean, it's not that I don't expect everybody in the world to know what the fuck I'm talking about, but they come up in there thinking, you know, trying to act like they know some science and shit. They're talking to someone who's very real, you know, when it comes to how the universe functions and what's really going on. And then they get all bent when he don't Just accept the Earth is flat. Well, you don't just go away. You don't have to be in Ken Wheeler's chat. You chose to come there and engage. Pyromedic says in Sturgis they were awesome, red green, like lightning in the clouds. Still would love to know why it's so important that Lockbeard believe in flat Earth. It's the same as because it's a religion at this point. It's a faith, and when you have certain cults, certain religious groups that get this strong urge to, because a religion that survives is one that has an urge built into its philosophy, into its dogma, to convert people. And so that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get new converts to the religion. The salesmen that sold this idea to them have books to sell. See, that's where this is really originating. Somebody's making money somewhere along the line on this. So they have to brainwash and create cult members to go out and proselytize and convert people to flat Earth. So they'll buy books too. And that's really what it comes down to. It's a religion and a sales pitch, and that's what it is. That's just what it is. And so they've been brainwashed that they have to get people to believe in the flat Earth. Didn't mean you, Lockbeard. Yeah, I know. They're saying down to maybe Kansas. What direction are we to look towards to see the lights? Look north. You clear where you're at? You ought to be able to see them. For sure. And Pyro says maybe I'll see him. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. You're embarrassing yourself. Uncle Bone says, Brandy, Northern Lights, think Northern Lights, think about it. Yeah. So what else y'all want to talk about tonight? Since Mr. Lee wants me to stay on. We should have had a real fire, but this will do. Yeah, I think she got it, Uncle Bones. Well, shoot. So we have once again thoroughly slayed some flat earther nonsense. Make it a marathon? 24 hours of my ass, Mr. Lee. 24 hours. Shit. I gotta drive to a different town tomorrow. Gotta go to the laundromat. And I got a pile of shit to read. Bunch of technical shit to read. Yeah, Brandy's sick. Leave her alone. Yeah, it might help. I don't know. You're sick, though. You may not want to go outside. It totally destroyed. You don't even. That's what I'm talking about. You don't even understand. You don't understand. Brandy says, "I'll find it if I see anything. Film it." Yeah. I guarantee you, she's not. Wizard says the Soho satellite is a fixed position satellite, so it's a constant 24/7 view of the sun, and the sun does not shrink. Yeah. It's pointless to try and logic with them. It really is. All right. You need to stay in good health now. Understand? It's a weird word there, man. You making up some more shit? Yeah, it's insane, man. Go perform Aristophanes' experiment. Go do that. Before you debate a bunch of bullshit, you ain't proven shit. You ain't proven shit. There's none of it proven, dude. Go perform Aristophanes' experiment. Actually do it. Don't watch a video. Don't watch some dude playing some tricks with a camera. Do the actual experiment. I dare you. You ain't get the balls to do it. Lincoln makes says CGI son of the program in the whatever, dude. Whatever. Here's the debate. You lose the debate. No, there ain't no debate, dude. To lose. Look, that's what I told you. You guys don't want to do science. You want to have a debate so you can play debate tricks. And I don't want to. Go over to the modern day debate channel with that shit, man. I ain't debating you. There's no point. You're not changing my mind. I know too much science. It's just that no matter how much I tell you, you guys can't understand it. I mean, that's my only explanation I can have for it is you don't understand. So, you're not going to listen. You won't accept that you lost the debate. I mean, a flat earth say they won the debate every single time, even though most people that watch the debate clearly say, no, they lost that sumbitch bad. Because you guys think you have points, but you don't actually have points at all. Not one. No, whatever, dude. I know, Brandy. Oh. You going outside? See if there's some northern lights. I just don't know if I'll be able to see them from here. You'd think I'd be able to see something, but if they were visible in Oklahoma, I should be able to see something from here. Mr. Lee says, Lockbeard, what is your belief in supernatural forces linking humans and other living creatures together, skinwalkers? I don't. Well, I don't know. I don't know for sure that skinwalkers are a real thing. Because but supernatural. Exactly does that mean? everything's interconnected in the universe in some way. Um, everything's frequency, vibration, energy, and theoretically, you could learn to tap into more than what you normally do. We're not typically taught to tap into this kind of stuff. And so it's hard to say just how much ability we have. Maybe some people have more aptitude than others, but technically you're already connected to everything in the universe. It's just that you don't know it, and you don't know how to switch that on, I guess, would be, it's kind of a weird way of saying it, but you don't know how to access it. And even if you did access it, you wouldn't know what the fuck's going on. It'd be so alien and crazy. It's like when people use psychedelic stuff, they're actually perceiving beyond normal perceptions, right? But it looks like a hallucination. It looks like a bunch of crazy shit. It's like they can't understand, or they can't wrap their minds around what they're experiencing. They just can't. And so they usually just come by with thinking they partied hardy, and that's it. Whereas there may have been some very important information they just weren't able to really. They just didn't understand. And even if they did understand it, that it was something beyond a hallucination, they don't really know. They don't really know how to make use of it. Does that make any sense? But there, shimmering, I saw a couple fairly bright spires. So what's going on right now, Icon? Brandy might have to drive north. Point me right at Philly, too bright. And then city lights. So you're south of Philly, huh? Need to zero in on your location. Wizard said, let's talk about the huge scientific shift from magnetoreception to electroreception. I'm fascinated with this, and it is huge. I referenced to our study in the Sasquatch. Well, I don't know what you want to say about it, but Icon says the camera isn't picking it up though. Jen's here, welcome. She says hi everyone. Hi Lockbeard, just in from work. Welcome. Pyro says you would have to drive 50 miles or better. Look as long as you can, stand it, then watch your local news. Mr. Lee says hello, Jen. Rain here, can't see anything, she says. Jen says Iva's got a massage chair for that. Enlightened Hank, it's not just a flat earther's belief, it's the truth. That is the truth, but it's not a flat earther belief. It's the real world belief. You're just twisting things to mean what you want it to mean. Yeah, I might try to go up, step out of the van and see, but you would think I'd be able to see something. Although I got a lot of light in here, it's probably making it hard to see. It's a little cold out there, though. Not exactly dressed for whatever the temperature is right now. Yeah, it's 50, 52, roughly. Can you explain solid phase micro extraction, Mr. Lee? Or Mr. Lockbeard? Can you? Well, that's a kind of a random question right there, isn't it, Mr. Lee? Bring that up. Oh man. All right, let's see here. No. What do you mean no? See, this seems like a random icon says if the earth was flat, you could see the lights from Oklahoma. Awesome. On the real, like if you didn't talk so much smack, flat earthers respected, and we have interesting points, there wouldn't be a problem not to get into it again. That's a better approach. If you say so, but flat earthers keep coming in here, just hammering with their flat earth crap. I'm not interested in really talking about it here. You guys are free to come in here and say what you want, but I'm free to respond if you guys keep hammering with flat earth stuff. This is a no bullshit channel, right? And flat earth has been clearly defined as complete bullshit. As complete bullshit by Lockbeard here, and I will say it. So I don't know why Mank's coming up in here again with this flat earth shit. Happy Halloween, Jen. If you came to Oklahoma, what should you see? You coming to Oklahoma sometime? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's a tourist attraction here. I mean, there's lots of Indian, like little Indian museums and stuff like that. There's the Runestones Park over here, where some Vikings wandered into Oklahoma at some point, apparently. Shit like that. Historical stuff. just the land, you know. You might not be used to such wide open spaces as some areas of a lot of areas of the United States compared to UK. Why are you asking that other stuff though? You dealing with that? Are you in the environmental field? Paramedics says scientists warn that we may have a solar storm bad enough to knock out our power grid one day. Yeah, it's always a possibility. We're always living on the edge, man. It's ridiculous saying it's flat. Yeah, absolutely insane. Oh, man. It's totally no BS stance. You can make a bunch of observations all the time and experimental uh, stuff as well to show that it's very well, it's like saying gravity isn't real. Man, shit falls, dude. That's pretty solid. No matter how much science learns going forward, you cannot deny that some phenomena is taking place, and we refer to it as gravity. Shit falls. Period. And the same phenomenon is why the Earth is a globe, because that's the way it functions. That's the way gravity functions. Zombie emoji. Yeah, that might be too wide open. Brandy says, by that definition, heightless people can't claim it's flat either. You need. Well, look. If you're really diving down that rabbit hole, because I've talked about a little bit about this stuff here, the electric universe people are not correct. I mean, they got certain points right, but they don't really they can't really explain properly how the universe functions at all. Ken Wheeler does, and he talks about all the right scientists, Tesla, Heaviside, all these guys. And Ken Wheeler, that's because I'm always looking for who is the end all be all, who's the best person to point to explain a certain thing, how the universe actually works. That's probably the best person to go to. I don't know of anyone better. I mean, than Ken Wheeler. And that's so his channel is called Theoria Apophysis, and you got a lot of videos to watch. You could read his book. It's free. You can download it for free. All he cares about is wisdom. He's an odd fellow, but extremely intelligent people are often very, very strange. Don't let his appearance. Don't judge him by his appearance. The dude is that because because I looked for years. I was like, man, there's got to be somebody that's talking about this and explaining, because there's certain issues in certain areas of science. I'm all for science, but there's some problems when you get into quantum physics. And I'm like, surely other people see this. And I run across Ken, and he's one of those people that sees it. And he's not afraid to talk, because mainstream science, man, they keep coming up with new shit all the time, because they don't really understand magnetism, and so they're coming up with this, just like virtual photons. You guys have never, you don't know there's, well, I mean, even back to electron. They haven't actually seen an electron, but they're claiming it's this particle, right? And then, like, double slit experiment. Oh, well, you know, because they perform this experiment. They're like, we're going to see if it's a particle or a wave. And they got results for both, depending on, you know, observation. And so instead of saying, well, maybe, you know, we need to go back to the drawing board and come up with a different hypothesis, because the hypothesis that it's a particle and the hypothesis that it is a wave isn't fitting with our experimental data. No, they didn't do that. They just threw up their hands and said, screw it, it must be both. Well, dumbasses, it can't be both. It can't be both. And space-time. I mean, seriously? Quantum foam. You know, all these things are them starting to see, because they're starting to make observations. It's starting to hint to them that there's this substrate behind everything that the ancients called the ether. Because the ancients knew. They knew some shit, man. There was a massive worldwide civilization long ago. They understood how the universe actually functioned back then. Until a big fucking rock hit the planet about 13,000 years ago and knocked their dick in the dirt. But they knew. And mainstream science right now, they want you to believe that they are the pinnacle of human achievement ever. Except they're not. They are not. They just aren't. Humans achieved far greater long ago, and it's just been wiped out. And to start understanding, well, how could the previous civilization be wiped out that well that your average person doesn't know? Well, that would take a while to explain. You need to go to, here's another name, Randall Carlson, and you see enough of what he talks about and all the evidence of the Younger Dryas impact and how it obliterated the fuck out of everything, man. It just did. It to the point that it like there's the evidence is sparse enough that we're aware of. We see some of it, but it's sparse enough that the authorities have been able to kind of hide just how big a deal that ancient civilization really was. So Randall Carlson for the ancient civilization stuff, he's geology guy, and then Ken Wheeler for, you know, field theory, how the universe actually functions. It's not an electric universe, but there's electrical things going on. It's just the electric universe people are off on some stuff, and Ken Wheeler explains what it is and why and all that stuff. So yeah, just steer clear of these flat earthers, man. They're crazy. I better catch up in some chat here. Nick's Lou's here. Happy Halloween. New here. Icon's here. Still here. Tell Me to Drive, Buffalo Ranch, Tallgrass Prairie, Natural Falls, and of course Bigfoot. Yeah, Tell Me to Drive's okay. I don't know. I'm not that horribly impressed by it, but a lot of people come to drive Tell Me to Drive. I'm still looking for that Bigfoot, though. I ain't seen that Bigfoot yet. I don't think. You back up those who do. I already talking about the flat earth stuff still. Jen says round, flat, as long as there's air, sunshine, moon, light, animals, life. Can't we all be happy? No. Mr. Lee says, yes, Bigfoot, Pyro. Yeah, you might see some Bigfoot. Some people say they see Bigfoot here, Mr. Lee. I just ain't seen it. I don't think. Unless that one thing was when I was a kid. Houseby says, not true, Brandy. That's what I'm saying, Jim, but it's apparently a cop-out. They won't stop. You know, I look, see, we've clearly stated this is not a channel to entertain flat Earth. You know, I'm not going to ban them, but if they're going to be upset because I'm, you know, going to say that's ignorant as fuck, because I'm going to say it's ignorant as fuck. Sorry, it just is. So, peace, love, and positive vibes, everyone. Commencing, rising above. Hiveless B says, Jim, yeah, we can be happy, but should aim to know the truth as much as possible. As soon as I see a flat earther make one solid point, they've never made any. And I don't expect it to, because the mountain of evidence proving the Earth is a globe is just insurmountable. You're not going to be able to crack it at all. Nick Slew says, do you always block new people who visit your live stream? Not a good move, especially if you want your channel to grow at Hiveless B. Well, Nick Slew, you're welcome here. You're not going to get blocked here. I don't know what Hiveless B's got going on over there, but yeah. Hiveless B says, hello, Nick's, get a mic and we'll talk. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. There's some weird shit going on over there. Mr. Lee says, Lockbeard, you talked of gold mining before. Can you explain the difference between placer gold and hard rock gold? What are you doing today, Mr. Lee? Okay, the thing Mr. Lee mentioned earlier is like an environmental thing. And then this is, you know, placer gold is just gold that's been liberated from its source rock, and it's traveled down a creek or a stream or a river, and it's deposited, you know, somewhere based on, you know, how heavy it is. It'll deposit in certain places in certain ways. And hard rock gold deposits is exactly what it sounds like. It's gold that's been deposited in the rock, and hydrothermally. Yeah, and I don't play around with hard rock. I'm a placer gold guy, so mining might be, you know, gold panning or sluice boxing. As soon as I get some vacation time, I'm thinking of heading real far east of here to do some panning, and I'll be about 16 hours closer to New Jersey, roughly. Just saying. Your rim tool? I don't even know. What the hell? Why did you say that I don't look like a real person, Ivis B? Forget Hiveless B, just hang out here. Icon says, most of us nerdy types are homely people. Mink has to look like a right munter. Nick Slew says, hey, Captain Jack Sparrow, Lockbeard. Hello. Welcome to the channel. No banning happens here unless you really fuck up. Has to be really bad. Free speech zone. Mr. Lee says, Nick Slew, hello. I must be. Yeah. Yeah. Well, she can't drop links here. So good luck with that. But of course, if Highless B gives a wrench to everybody over there, then she could drop links. But so I don't know. I mean, yeah, the avatar looks like it's probably a fake, but I don't know that. Could be real. All I said was hello, and you blocked me for not being a real person. I can assure you this is me, Hiveless B. Well, why are you worried about it? I mean, just go somewhere else. Hang here, wherever. No, dude, no. The flat earthers like Electric Universe because they think it supports flat Earth, but again, they fail to understand what Electric Universe is really about. And but it doesn't matter. It's not really the right model anyway. It's off on some stuff, big time. Off on certain things. Go back and read Ken's book. You need to do that. Like, maybe you can get there. All I know is, look, you know, if you're coming out from somewhere where you didn't even realize there was a problem with some of the shit I was mentioning, then you're not going to be, you're starting at a disadvantage, which is to be expected. But I don't know, just listen to Ken. He's trying to teach you. He's trying to teach everybody what's really going on. But the moment he said, like, every time he says something that you agree with, you're like, yeah, see, Ken says that. But then he says something you don't agree with, you're like, oh, well, that's bullshit. Take the whole package. Take the whole package. Just give it a whirl. Try. Seems real. Ika says, hi, I think that was hell that locked her out. You started to treat people as Penny does on her streams, just blocking them for no reason. Hyveless, why are the people continuously coming over here and having a battle with you in my chat about being blocked on your channel? What is this? What the fuck is going on here? This is just getting weird, man. Am I being trolled? This is like a big troll, isn't it? Why can't I find where I'm at in chat? Is the chat running this fast? Holy crap. I'm real, like, yeah, I use real pick myself. Yeah, never be blocked here. Outer space is X. Okay, whatever. I know, I love channels that don't have loads of wrench bouncers on the door, nothing more off-putting. Yeah, I don't do wrenches here. I don't need them. I'm not blocking anybody. I mean, they'd have to be a real fuck up. So I don't need wrenches. It's like everybody's in here and just do whatever. Plus, you know, I don't know. There's just reasons. I don't want to do all that. Brandy says, I just text my bro about seeing the Northern Lights. He said, what direction? That's hilarious. Manny says, it's already worked that much out of you. You should know better. Thanks. Mike Mank says, Mike Mank says, Icon sees Mr. No. Mank has to look like a right munter. Thanks, pal. Makes you sound like a right piece of shit, really, because I speak to you like a brother and I share my knowledge because respect. What in the hell's going on here? I'll try not to give exact opposite impression then, Brandy. Supposed to have breakthroughs in how our sun affects the Earth's weather. That ain't homie from homie folk, as you say. Gotta let it go for a bit. You roasting him a little bit. Fire she blows, he says. Buy a mic and he'll tell you. It sounds like he's the one playing games. Just tell her, Hiveless. This whole thing is flooding my chat. Running around naked and haven't gotten kicked out yet. Brandy says, I don't even have a wrench. I ain't giving nobody a wrench. Nobody needs. You don't want to work, do you? Ain't no work to be done, though. Don't block anybody. Haven't blocked anyone yet. All the bids are marked not for kids. Well, they eventually get marked not for kids. Sometimes I forget, but they eventually get to it. And, so if I never have wrenches on here, then everybody knows that if there's somebody gets blocked and I didn't block them, then it was fucking Google or Google moderator or whatever. Or they can blame me still and say, you did it. It wasn't Google. Should be able to ban whoever he wants on his stream, to be fair. Yeah, if he wants to do it, that's what way he wants to run things. Nix. He wants to hear your voice to determine if you're really a woman or not. That's all it's about. Not for this space. Exactly. Randy says, I understand, Nick. Silas does not compute properly in text form. You've been invited to sort it verbally, accept or not. Simple. That's why you need mods, mate. Who's the same person? Who's the same? You saying Enlightened Mank is the same person as Nyx? Or I don't understand what you're saying there. Isn't that all they do over there in Hiveless Beast channel is call people names? I'm really not that desperate. You just seem like a cool guy, but I ain't rushing out to get a mic. I'll offer to talk to you on another platform, Hiveless. He wants to hear your voice. I ain't no super troll, mate. This channel has over 1K subs. I'm not really a super troll, so your best thought spreading lies about me. Thanks. You have 12 subs. I just checked. All saints and all souls. Yeah. Captain Stinka. Why do I need to rethink my mod situation? She can talk, I guess. She seems to be here trolling you. Yeah, as Brandy said just there. If I grow up, mate, how the fuck am I a super troll, Hiveless? Y'all have y'all's little lovers. Y'all need a room. Go get a room. Have your little lover squirrel. He's a Muppet. Why are you so worried about whether you're on his channel or not? If you don't like him, you think you can call him names now. Waffle Man says, Padlock Beard told me there was candy over here. Anyone else seen Iron Dogger? Nope. We haven't seen her over here, Waffle Man. Jeff says the real super troll is in the house. Welcome, Jeff. She's trying to so discard Lockbeard. This is why you need mods, mate. Well, you can keep saying that, but no, I don't give a fuck. She's fucking with you, dude. So, whatever. Or he. Yeah, it could be some dude in Nigeria for all we know. Sasquatch, the scientists are paid. Baltar. Oh shit, he's still going on. Fuck off, Mank. Fuck off. With your flat earth shit. Large flying birds typically cannot sustain flapping for long periods. Yep, I think that's true, Mr. Lee. Pretty true. Yeah, I'm probably gonna start ignoring you too, because see you, Nix. Brandy says, take care, Nix. Sandra saying hi to Jeff. Mr. Lee, if large birds flap their wings too much, they get sore. It looks like Nikki's back. Yeah, I'm trying to wind her down, but trolling one of my subs. Well, just ignore her then, Hylas, or you can block her. You're perfectly capable of putting her on block for you, where you don't have to see her anymore. See, that's my point. That's part of my point. You know, if you don't want to, like, if you don't like her, and you see her in chat, you don't have to read beyond her name. Every time you see her name, just skip to the next person. Why do I need to block her? Okay, Hiveless B. You seem a little, your vagina's kind of sore, huh? I like Karen. Jeff says, Lock, the following statement is made in jest. When Bones waves his giant twat flaps, he doesn't fly anywhere, just missed everyone within 50 feet. What in the hell? When Bones waves, you talking about his giant. Okay, you're talking about Uncle Bones. Happy trails to B, Danny says. Yeah, I guess Cyrus B's had enough. Whatever, dude. I mean, I kind of been wondering if he's been trolling me the whole time. But who's seen Iron Dogger's padlock beer video? I saw it. Are giants real, Mr. Beard? Maybe. I know a dude that's big enough that one might call him a giant, but he's just a big dude. Weighs about twice as much as I do. Quite a bit taller. Well, is it past y'all's bedtime yet? Is tonight trick or treat night, or is it tomorrow night? Probably a lot of places are doing it tonight, I would imagine. But maybe they're not. Danny says, getting close. Long day tomorrow. Yeah. I'll check again and see if Central Florida Bigfoot came on. He wasn't on like a little bit after 8 o'clock. He's still not on. UFO Man's on. I see Ken's over there posting some videos. Jared King's on. That trying to remove the fire. There we go. Man, you can say everything belongs to flat Earth. It doesn't belong just to flat Earth. The potential of really large people could belong to a lot of different belief systems. But, nobody's proven that there's any of these really big ones that people say. Of course, a lot of pictures were put out that everybody knows were faked and photoshopped pictures of excessively big giants. But like the stories in America of, so-called red-haired giants, well, to a shorter statured people, when they encountered a taller statured people, the red-headed people of European descent that were here before the Indians, get that through your head, before, there's a mountain of evidence proving that, they would be called, potentially giants compared to them, but they were really just really tall people compared to them. Like I would be now if I were to, I worked with some people that were Southeast Asians. They were like a full foot shorter than me. They were very small people. I might be a giant to them, and if you convey that kind of thing over generations, it might get a little embellished. Pretty soon, those people were really big, becomes all those people were giants. No, they were just people that were, 8 or 12 inches taller than you. They weren't like mystical thing, or you wasn't anything mystical. It was just they were a taller race of people. That's it. That's it. It isn't anything. Whatever magical worldview you want to latch onto. Giants may have just been in the Americas anyway. People of European descent. Pre-Indians, pre-Native Americans, so-called Native Americans before them, people of European. It's the Solitarian hypothesis, but there's a mountain of evidence for it. Much bodies have been found, DNA, artifacts, linguistic evidence, on and on. It's, it's proven. Mr. Lee says, Lockbeard, do you know of morning tableau death photography? I don't guess I do. What did you think of it? I thought it was hilarious. Anyone else? Jen says, anyone want a yes, no, 3 tarot card reading? Somebody might. You doing tarot, Jen? No, I haven't, Mr. Lee. Uncle Bones is laughing at Jeff Harding. He thought I was a Hobbit pirate. Hara says, the Cherokee have a legend of fighting with red-haired, pale giants that lived in stone houses. We killed them off. Yeah. Well, that's part of the evidence that what happened, because, well, that stories in, like, the Paiute tribe tell that story too. All it was a taller people of European descent that predated the Indians that were here. Like, I have Cherokee blood, I have Creek blood, or not Creek, Chickasaw blood, and I'm a member of the Choctaw tribe. I'm not afraid of the truth of the past. The truth of the past is that these redheaded people that came from Europe, like something like at least 20,000 years before the people that we call Native Americans got here, right? They were here for a long time. They're leftovers from the previous civilization I was talking about earlier that got wiped out about 13,000 years ago in the Younger Dryas impact. Well, the Paiute tribes tell a story. They were at war with this redheaded tribe of people, and they chased the last of them they were trying to wipe them out, and they chased the last of them into a cave. They wouldn't come out. They lit a fire at the entrance of the cave and suffocated them in the cave. Supposedly just a story, right? Well, some guano miners were in that cave like 100 years ago or something like that, and found Caucasian remains with artifacts that were clearly tied with the same type of craftsmanship as you would find in Europe at the time. Right here in America, I think it's called Spirit Cave. But apparently there was a lot of fighting. Of course, peoples of different backgrounds fight. That's just what they do. That's how humans do. But yeah, they just would have been taller people. Different races. Some are taller than others. It's just it's not hard to understand that. I don't know why people don't get it that Like you meet so like if let's say you got to think outside our time too. You got to understand the people would be, you know, not be exposed to as many different types of people as we are. And if they were to meet, like my buddy up there, I'm telling you, dude's a giant. And then if I tell that story to my kids, and of course they're imagining something bigger, and then they tell the story to their kids, and after a few generations, the damn dude's 20 feet tall, and so that's just how it works. So the legends of giants may be exaggerated. May have just been a big dude. Scary as fuck, huh? Initially, that is Tartary. Oh shit! Here we go. Who's that texting me? I heard it this time. So what's your question going to be to Jen, Brandy? Wizard says, going to try to use this PC to enjoy the show. I noticed there is a 4-second delay between my PC and my phone. Just got done reading a great paper about electroreception. Good stuff. Yeah, now you're bringing up mud flood, man. Get out of here with your mud flood shit, man. Holy crap. The mud flood people are just a prime example of people who don't understand shit about real geology, real archaeology. They have no idea. Yeah, see, Mr. Lee knows. That's what we're dealing with here, Mr. Lee. Mud flood people. Let's name y'all's your cult leader. Is it Kent? Is that Kent or Ken? I can forget which one it is. They're all the same though. Kent or Ken. All them goofy dumbasses. How they're constantly trying to prove the Earth is only 5,000 years old. Bullshit. Wizard says, "Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I've been listening, but been reading and in my own world for a while here. Hello to all the new people. Power Medic, Waffle Man, good name. Hello, Jen. Hello, Jeff Harding." I really think I need to wrap her up. Are you doing Brandy's reading in the chat, or are you just doing it by chat or by text with her, Jen? Mr. Lee's like, no, Mr. Lee, I'm tired, man. Where's the rum? What are you doing to me? She's not asked me anything. Huh. Well, Mr. Lee, I'm sorry. Sorry to have to help the little one. Will you ever get married? You got to ask a more difficult question than that. Because you could probably guess yes for most people. And it's probably going to be right most of the time. You got to trip them up with some specifics. V-neck. You got tank top on, if that's what you're talking about. Which says the rain here is running up New York through me like a freight train, so no northern lights for me, but they are saying New York City, Pennsylvania, and across the mid-northern U.S. Canada. That's good luck tonight. Miss Icon says, damn, that's one hell of a proposal. What? Tesla is Tartarian. He's from around Russia area that used to be called. Oh, shit. Tesla was not a flat earther, dude. That's not at all a proposal. Who's making proposals up in here? Jeff Harding said, if you do, don't settle. Too many people settle for less than they deserve. Trying to figure out where the proposal was at. What are you talking about, Icon? Oops, chat's jumping on me. Wizard says, Lockbeard show as always. Good night to all, and to all, good night. You too, Wizard. Got a clear night here. Ain't going a minute. Time exposures. Absolutely was not a flat earther, dude. You're ridiculous. See, more ridiculous claims. Jen says, Brandy meeting a stronger, older man, fire sign, things will move quickly. Icon says, Brandy, I was teasing. I don't know. A few, I think. I'm not sure if what I saw when I was a kid was a squatch or not. Not sure. Not prepared to say it was. Xander says, good night, the Sasquatch Wizard. All right. I really need to wrap her up. Getting a little tired. We've worn it out, I think. So, any final thoughts? What's the fire sign? I don't even know what that's referring to. I don't know that I have anything really scary, Mr. Lee. Brandy says interesting. Jen says he was the emperor, so yep. What the fuck y'all playing at up in here? Time to run, I think. But, yeah. I'm wrapping her up, so thank y'all for coming. See you on the next one.